Hey, it's Sarah Dean with Fit Healthy Moms. I wanted to talk to you today about breakfast foods and what to eat for breakfast. We have talked before about the importance of breakfast, and breakfast can be really helpful in terms of dictating how your eating habits go for the rest of the day. I've used myself as an example for this. If I eat a muffin for breakfast, I want sugar and junk the whole rest of the day. So my breakfast cannot be super carb heavy, it cannot be sugar heavy. It really needs to be a balanced meal, and I would recommend the exact same thing for you. Research has shown us that people that eat breakfast eat less calories all day long. People who eat sugar for breakfast eat more sugar the rest of the day. People who eat protein for breakfast, we know, then they have a decreased appetite for sugar the rest of the day. And because they've given themselves a balanced meal, they've started off their day with protein rather than sugar, which isn't spiking their insulin and making all their systems want more sugar. So, really important thing for breakfast is not only getting breakfast in, but also getting the right things for breakfast. So in this blog post, I've given you a whole list of things to have for breakfast that are all good options for you. But I just wanted to go over a couple of them with you quickly. Protein shakes are great. I always recommend whey protein, or I use a brown rice protein. Either way, in your protein shakes, you can add in all sorts of great stuff. You can add in fruits, you can add in carbs. It's okay to have carbs with breakfast. They just shouldn't be the focal point of your breakfast. Eggs are great for breakfast, another great source of protein. So, and then there's other things you can do with oatmeal, and which is a little more carb heavy, but adding protein to it. So oatmeal and nuts, oatmeal with a little bit of, sweetened with a little bit of maple syrup or a little bit of honey with some nuts in it can actually be a really great source of protein, and it'll fill you up and give you some bulk. What I don't want you having for breakfast is a high sugar yogurt. Most yogurts have as much sugar as ice cream, and you wouldn't eat ice cream for breakfast, I hope. So I hope that you're not eating a high sugar yogurt for breakfast. Greek yogurts, typically plain Greek yogurt, has about 1/4 of the calories as many of the regularly flavored yogurts. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to do yogurt, do a plain Greek yogurt, and then again, you can add some sweeteners with maple syrup or some honey. And then again, you can also add some nuts, a little bit of granola, maybe some fruit to that. So there's lots of ways you can get yogurt in. Cereal, not really the best option. First of all, it's not going to keep you full very long, and second of all, most cereals have a decent amount of sugar in them. And I don't know about you, but I find cereal to be one of the most addictive foods. Like, I pour myself a bowl and I pour some milk in it, and then I have leftover milk, so then I pour some more cereal, and then I run out of milk, so I pour some more milk, and then I pour some more cereal, and it's like you end up eating this like crazy quantity, and you're not super full at the end. So what I would suggest using cereal for, if you're someone who likes that crunch in the morning, is use that plain Greek yogurt as your base, and then just sprinkle some cereal in there, like, you know, maybe 1/4 of a cup or even less, and just to get that crunch in there. And that gives you kind of a limited quantity of cereal. It gives you some of that crunch, but you're not having like a bowl of Frosted Flakes. And even though they say that they're like vitamin fortified and whole grain and multi-grain and all that, really, that doesn't mean a whole lot. That means you're getting a bowl full of carbs, which are not going to help you the rest of the day. They're not going to fuel you. So be really aware when you're buying breakfast foods that they're marketed in a way that makes them seem like really good healthy options, but a lot of the times they're not. Another thing for breakfast, there's no reason to eat traditional breakfast foods for breakfast. It's just traditional, but it's not necessarily from any scientific standpoint that we've decided that, you know, bagels and cream cheese is a good healthy breakfast. It's not. So if you really like good, nutritious, healthy meals midday, then have that for breakfast too. If you want to have your leftovers from dinner, have some salmon and broccoli for breakfast, if you can tolerate it. For me, that doesn't sound very good first thing in the morning, but I'll tell you, a lot of days when I get up to teach early in the morning and I come home at like 9, I'll have broccoli because it sounds good. So there's nothing to say that you can't have just your regular food during the day at lunch or dinner at breakfast time. And I actually know a lot of trainers, because people think we eat weird, but a lot of trainers do that. They will have chicken and broccoli at breakfast, or they might have some sort of meat with some sort of veggie at breakfast time. There's no reason that you can't do that. So again, it's kind of a palate thing if that's something that sounds good to you in the morning. It's also a practice thing. If you find that you have a hard time maintaining fullness throughout the day, or especially between breakfast and lunch or breakfast and snack, then you need maybe some more protein and some more fiber. I would totally suggest adding in some meat to your breakfast, adding in some veggies to keep you fuller longer and to get that body really regulated for the day from the get-go so that you're well fueled. Because if you're not well fueled in the morning, you will really struggle in your choices and your cravings the rest of the day. So be very aware, if you don't fuel yourself correctly, those sugar cravings in the mid-afternoon are really going to be challenging to overcome. If you fuel yourself well, you'll cruise through your day making good healthy choices all day long. So any questions on breakfast, make sure you read the rest of this post to see our suggestions, and then we'll talk to you soon at fithealthymoms.com.